Mm, yeah. Mm, yeah. Boy, now you make me float, float, boy, really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, dope, 'cause you said.
This is beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed my montage at the beginning of this video. Welcome back. It's your girl Shelly, and I decided to do a much needed video, or what I consider to be a much needed video, on consignment and selling of designer luxury goods. Where to go, how to get the best bargains, who's giving what's going on. And if you think that's something that you're interested in or something that you might want to hear about, please continue on to the rest of this video. What made me decide to do this video? So I have a lot of, well, a decent amount of designer goods, because I guess a lot could be very subjective. And I wanted to get rid of some things, but I didn't know where to start. I tried Poshmark, and between taking the pictures and responding to questions, I quickly realized that it would not be the best selling platform for me, because I am working full time, I'm picking up shifts, so it wouldn't work for me. So I decided to come onto YouTube University to find videos from other creators to see how their consignment process was working and who I should choose out of Fashionphile, out of Rebag, out of The Real Real. And there are others, but those were the top three that I researched. And I found there was no information on YouTube University, at least anything that really gave me the details that I was looking for. So I'm here in this video to give you all of the things that I learned and to tell you about my experience with these three consignment companies. So I'm going to start with Fashionphile, because Fashionphile is my favorite. You ask, why is Fashionphile my favorite? Because they give you cash up front. Okay? That is the number one plus with Fashionphile. Fashionphile will authenticate your items on the spot, give you an offer on the spot, and have your money in your bank account within 2 to 3 business days. And for me, that was all I needed to hear. That was like the number one plus, and it's, for getting into the city is a little bit much with parking and everything else, but outside of that, to have everything done on the same day was perfect for me. And if you're not interested in cash, you can keep your money. So like if they give you $1,000 for your item, just giving you an example. If you choose to keep your money within Fashionphile, they give you 10% more. So you'd have about $1,100 to continue to shop as a credit. Or you can use the option of the 10% more for I believe it's Bergdorf, and Bergdorf and Neiman Marcus used to be interchangeable, so that $1,000 would be $1,100 as an example. And they also do mail checks, but I don't know who needs a check mailed to them, so I don't know. I live in New York City, so it works out for me. They're the easiest. I've gone in a couple of times, and depending on, they say who's working, who's not working, if they've had call outs, and how many appointments, because they do take appointments, you may have to wait. The times that I've gone in, I've always just done a walk-in, and I've been able to be seen within an hour or about an hour's time. But what you can do while you're waiting to be seen is shop and look at all of the beautiful items that they have on display. So my number one, because I live in New York City, is going to be Fashionphile. So my number two, because I live in New York City, is going to be Rebag. So Rebag is also a designer consignment company, and they also have shops located in New York City. The difference between Rebag and Fashionphile is that Rebag, you can take it in and drop it off at one of their locations or mail it in. I forgot to say that with Fashionphile, if you're not in New York City or a state where you physically have a Fashionphile location that takes walk-ins or appointments, you can mail it in. But you have to mail it in, wait for it to be authenticated, and with the same process, they do give you cash for your items up front. What's good about it is they also give you an additional option. So they give you 5%, I believe, if you want to keep it within the company, but they also give you an option for you to make more money by actually not taking any money up front and consigning it with the company and waiting for it to sell. And then you would receive your monies. If I had a little bit more patience and I didn't need immediate gratification, then I would definitely have chosen Rebag more than Fashionphile. But when I compare, because with both companies, you are able to go online and get a quote. So I forgot to mention that with Fashionphile, if you choose to do it at home to mail it in, and even if you're going in for an appointment, you can take pictures of your items like you would do with a Poshmark and upload it to their website. And from those pictures, they would decide how much they would give you. I believe Fashionphile honors whatever price that they give you through your pictures. I've heard stories of Rebag adjusting the quote depending on if your pictures don't align with the actual product. So I forgot to mention that you can take pictures and mail it in, and you can take pictures with Fashionphile and get a quote so you know before you go in for your appointment what kind of monies you are looking for. Okay, so Rebag is definitely a great option. What I tend to do is upload the details for the items on both websites and see, give or take how much they're willing to give me. And of course, if Rebag is willing to give me more, it have to be a significant amount for me to go through the process of mailing it in and, waiting for it to be authenticated and waiting for the money. Because again, Fashionphile, 2 to 3 business days, I would definitely choose Rebag. And coming in third would be the Real Real. Even though the Real Real is third in line for me personally, I've sent them the majority of my things. What I've noticed about the Real Real is that they're willing to take things that are not in pristine condition. I don't know if any of you guys have ever shopped the Real Real or perused their website. You will see that there are things that are in great brand new condition, and there are things that have been worn. And when I say worn, I mean worn. So I am a girl who likes to wear her things, at least the things that I really love and that are comfortable, as far as like shoes and accessories. So what I'm able to do with the Real Real that I'm not necessarily able to do with Fashionphile and Rebag is send in my shoes and my accessories that are a little bit less than pristine, and trade it in for monies. They also do a 10% credit to their site, or you can choose to be paid out. The thing with the Real Real is you have to wait for your item to sell. So I can drop something off in January and it may not sell until August. But for me, that's okay, because in all honesty, these are items that are just sitting in my closet, sitting in my room, taking up space. And I don't have a walk-in closet, and my bedroom is starting to become more and more cluttered. So I'd rather just drop it off there, and whenever something sells, it's like a surprise. The number 2 issue with Rebag is that they do not pay out 2 to 3 business days after your item sells. They only pay out once a month. They pay out on the 15th of the next month. So the items that were sold in July, I believe, came up to about $600 for me. I will not be receiving any monies from the Real Real until the 15th of the following month. So on August 15th, I will get a direct deposit into my account from the Real Real of all the things that have been sold. A third thing that you kind of have to do with the Real Real, or you have to deal with, is the fact that they send all of their stuff to New Jersey. So I usually drop things off on the 1st, because usually every month they have a promotion of some sort. So on the 1st, I drop things off. It takes almost 6 to 7 business days just for them to accept my items and start posting pictures of my items along with prices. So we're already at the 7th of the month, or I think I dropped off stuff. I don't know what today. I think today's the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. I dropped off things on the 1st, and there were items that I dropped off that still have no prices or have not been posted to their website. So there is a little bit of a lag, but they do tell you 2 to 3 weeks. So I've never waited the full 3 weeks, or even I don't think I've ever even waited 2 weeks, but you do have to wait a while for them to post, and then you have to wait a while for them to sell, depending on your items, because if it's hot, it could sell in the same day. I've had things sell in the same week, but no matter how fast it sells, you will not receive payment until the 15th of the following month. An honorable mention, just because I brought it up in the beginning of my video, is Poshmark. I have sold items on Poshmark. I haven't really posted anything lately because of the fact that I have to take the pictures myself and respond to 1,000,001 questions about if it's real or not, and then I have to mail it out myself, and you have to do everything within a certain time frame, and I work nights, and that's a lot. But Poshmark isn't a bad deal, but you do all of the work and they take 20%. Not to say that the Real doesn't take 20%, because I believe that they take more than 20%. I've seen them alternate on the percentage of what they take. There's fine print that would discuss it, but I don't really feel like there's any particular rhyme or reason as to how they take money out of my account yet with the Real. I've only been consigning with them for about 2 months now. So and yes, I've sold items in the 2 months, but I haven't really figured out exactly how they decide which items are 20%, which items are 30%. I don't know if it's at the price point of which they are sold, but they do take a decent amount of the money. But the good thing is they take anything. Items that the Rebag or Fashionphile would never take. I personally don't mind that the amount that they take off of some of these items. For instance, I sold a mini Lulu to Fashionphile. I forgot how much I paid for it, but I see that they're selling them on their website for about $1,400, and they gave me $800 for it. So that's them getting, I guess, about 40% of the sale. But I don't mind, because I understand the fact that they're taking the hit up front. So I hope that this video has been somewhat informative. When I was looking for information, I really couldn't find anything on YouTube. So since I've been consigning some of my stuff over the past few months, I just decided to take my experience of all three and put them in this video so that they could hopefully be useful to you. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the comment box. I will be happy to answer them for you. Hopefully I will have answers for you. And yeah, if you're looking to get rid of some items that are that you feel could get you some extra money, and hey, you could use that money to put towards your next Chanel or your next Hermes or your next Louis Vuitton, whatever it is that you're into. But if you're interested in doing that, I think you should check out Consignment. And above all things, if you don't like the prices that they are offering you for your items, you can decline. It's not like just because they take your items and price it that you're mandated to continue to sell or consign with them. So again, thank you for tuning in for another video. I hope this video was very informative, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, have a good one.
And then they have the Louis Vuitton, A&B, Fashionphile, which one is real, which one is fake. Let me see, let me open it up and see if you guys can tell the difference, because I